Hi, welcome to another episode of Mom Does It All. If you're looking for encouragement, empowerment, and uplifting in motherhood and mompreneurship, this is the show for you. I'm your host, Marta, triplet mom, certified success coach, and all things motivation extraordinaire. In this episode, I'll be answering the question, Marta, how do you avoid burnout? Well, let's find out. It's time. I've been wanting to do a challenge to effectively empower women, moms, to become more aware of what's holding them back and their true potential, and the time is now. 10 days from now, I'll be hosting a free 3-day challenge inside the Mom Does It All community to teach you how the beliefs, fears, and stories you've grown up with have framed your world and kept you from creating a life you love. Join me and other ladies, whether you're a mom or not, for 3 days of getting to know yourself like never before. We start February 4th. I found this is the best gift you can give you and your loved ones, the gift of knowing and being who you really are. Are you ready to peel off all your layers and get back to your true essence? Then sign up at martaspurk.coach/free challenge. I can't wait to see you on the other side. I've done a couple different episodes where I answer a question that someone has asked me recently when I answered about what is it like having triplets, and somebody asked me how I feel more emotionally, fulfilled, how I do it all. And recently someone asked me, Mom does it all. How do you do it all and not feel burned out? And I wanted to address this because I feel like maybe I need to do a better job into showing my struggles, but I am a very positive person. And I do want to be real with you that it's not always rainbows and butterflies in my life. I just have found different ways of enjoying life, even through the hard moments. And I've talked about this before, that I have come to understand that the lows are going to happen, but it is my choice to decide to learn from them, to decide to be grateful for my challenges because they are really lessons, right? They are blessings in disguise in so many different ways. So it really is all about my attitude. It's not that my life is perfect by any means. It's just that I've learned to turn things around and to find a silver lining in everything. And I've always been like that, but I have come to realize that my entrepreneurial journey really is, a gateway into everything that I've been finding out, especially different ways of motivating myself. So I want to kind of walk you through my entrepreneurial journey, and I feel like that will answer the question, how do I avoid burnout? How do I avoid overwhelm? And the very first thing I want to say is, I don't know if you can avoid it. It's going to happen anyways. And I was kind of thinking about, I saw a sign earlier today, actually, driving past a church that said, disappointment is inevitable, discouragement is a choice. And I love that because I love the idea of several different things in life being a choice, especially when it comes to your thoughts and feelings, right? I talk a lot about this. What you think and how you feel are your choices, and that's why your reality is your choice and it is your creation, right? And what I want to say about overwhelm, kind of using this quote that I saw, is that overwhelm is inevitable. So you are going to feel overwhelmed from time to time, but it is your choice to stay overwhelmed. Does that make sense? So you are going to feel overwhelmed, but then it is your choice to stay in that state or to actually turn things around, to catch yourself in those moments and then turn it around, whether it is, by being grateful for what you already have, understanding the lesson that's in this overwhelm or in this feeling burned out. And so let me go walk you through this trajectory of my business and show you how when I started feeling overwhelmed with my business, that's when I decided to turn things around and change the direction. That's when I started the podcast. That's when I started success coaching because I wasn't enjoying what I was doing. I was stressed out, and I decided if something's stressing me out, I need to figure something out that's different. I need to change the direction. I need to eliminate certain things, take certain things off my plate, take a step back, analyze, reconsider, and change. something's not right. Life is meant to be enjoyed, right? Even through the hard times. And so this is what I did with my business. So I started out with network marketing, and I really was enjoying it because, it was a whole fitness aspect of things. I was getting healthy myself. I was feeling better in my own skin and encouraging other women to do the same. But I started getting stressed out with the whole, having to message people and having to hit certain goals that were pre-made and pre-established for me. I wanted to kind of beat or to kind of march to the beat of my own drum. Okay. I've always been like that, do my own thing. And that's when I started searching for different things and started branching out into, reading different books and following different coaches. And I realized that there's a whole world out there outside of network marketing. And that's not to bash on network marketing. I really, I love the company that I am still with, but I just have realized that there is more out there, and I was kind of limiting myself into just being into that community, okay? And so that was the next step. So it all started with me finding what was true to me. I wanted to be true to myself and really enjoy what I was doing. So that's the very first step if you're feeling overwhelmed, is to really look inside yourself. And it goes back to what I've been saying a lot. You have to get to know yourself. If you don't know what you really like, then you're not going to live a fulfilling life, right? You're always going to be overwhelmed. You have to be in tune with yourself so that you can make these educated decisions based on your tastes. But if you've always let other people dictate what you like, how are you going to know what you like? So you have to get in tune with yourself. And most times you have to go through things and see what you don't like in order to find the things that you do like. And I honestly think that, going through this process with network marketing was that. It was kind of, redirections. And then there's lots of people that say that there are no failures. It's just life redirecting you and showing you a better way or the way that you should be taking. Okay. So then I started working specifically with mompreneurs, encouraging them to get clear on their message, because that's what I did. I went out, I branched out from network marketing into coaching, and I decided on a niche. I decided on a mission. I decided on a, on the sign outside my door of what I was offering and what I was doing. And then I wanted to help women do the same and figure out exactly what they're good at and who they're helping and what they're doing, and get clear on that so that people are attracted to them. And then soon, because I am so big on motivation, lots of women that are not entrepreneurs, lots of moms were relating to my message. And I started noticing I need to speak to this larger audience because I want to empower moms in general, and not necessarily for them to start a business. Yes, I want to encourage them if that's their desire, but I want to encourage them to love themselves and to look inside themselves regardless. Whether you're a stay-at-home mom, whether you already have a career and a full-time job, I want to encourage moms to get to know themselves, because they still need to set goals in terms of their life and in terms of motherhood, so they don't feel lost, so that they have a purpose, so that they have, the sense of, why am I on this earth? What are the gifts that I have, and how can I share it with the world and make a difference and leave a legacy and all of that? So that's where my current message came from. Get out of your own way. And this applies to mompreneurs, but this also applies to moms in general. If you're feeling unfulfilled right now, even though you have a beautiful life and you have so much to be grateful for, why? Where is this coming from? It's no good to tell you that you have to stay positive and be grateful for what you have if I don't give you the tools. And that's what we see out there. Stay positive, think positive feelings. But how in the heck do I do that? And how do I find out why I am unfulfilled? And that's the whole self-sabotage process. And that's why I want to invite you to take my 3-day challenge, because it is so powerful. You have to sign up. We start February 4th. You literally just have to go to martasburke.coach/free challenge. The link's going to be in the show notes, and sign up. And then you'll receive all the worksheets and all the materials, and we'll do this together as a group. And you'll be amazed at the different things you're going to be finding out about yourself. You're going to get so much awareness and so much empowerment to move forward. So this is what I'm working on right now. And the different tools that I've used in this whole process is really using joy as a compass. And this is something that I say in most of my interviews when they ask me, so what is your general advice? How do you want to close this with? And I usually say, use joy and also use fear as a compass. If you're not challenging yourself, then it's not worth it. You have to be challenging yourself to grow, which means you have to be using fear as a compass. You don't want to do it. It gets awkward. It gets uncomfortable. You have to do it. And joy is you have to be enjoying yourself. So yes, there's going to be that moment of, discomfort, but at the same time, you have to be enjoying this process of change. And if it feels weird, if it doesn't feel right, you have to trust your gut and you have to trust your intuition. And this is part of my coaching program, is learning how to trust your gut. Especially as a woman, we have intuition. You have to tap into that and take advantage of that. And we don't. So I truly, truly encourage you to do that. And the other thing that I encourage is having a morning routine, is using the gratitude journal, is using that Breck book that I've talked about before in other episodes, and really tapping into yourself. And how have I done that? I've, set aside time with my morning routine, and that also includes working out daily. That really, refreshes my mind, and it blocks and tunes out the world so that I can spend that time with just myself, whether it is 20 minutes, whether it is 30 minutes or an hour. Working on my business is a way that I tune into myself, because it's really what has taught me all about goal setting, all about being driven and, and looking into the future and having a sense of purpose. And also choosing to be more present with my kids. So that was another reason why I changed the direction of my business, was because I felt like I was dedicating too much time to the business and then feeling guilty because I wasn't with my kids. Or when I was with my kids, I was thinking about the business. And then when I was doing the business, I was worried that I wasn't with my kids. And I hated that. So that's why I wanted to do something that would make me feel good and give me the freedom of, if I'm not on my phone right now, and if I'm present with my kids, that's okay. The world's not going to collapse. And that's how I feel right now with Mom Does It All. I love this business so much and everything that it's turning into. And I hope so far this has been helpful to you, into telling you that the trajectory of where I started with this new direction and the different things that I have applying to help me with feeling overwhelmed. Whenever I'm feeling overwhelmed, I know I have to tap into self-care. I have to tap into my true self. And these are the different practices that I have been doing. And another thing too is following the things that bring me joy. And this has been the path of my business, is whenever I notice that I'm being pulled towards something different, like encouraging women in general and not just mompreneurs, I'm following that. I am always following, I am being so much more in tune with the different signs and the different confirmations that the universe has been showing me, like meeting people right at the right time that they're going to teach me something that I have been yearning to learn, or that I need to learn and I didn't know I needed to. It's just been amazing to me how things are falling into place, and I am being so much more aware of them, because it's always been like that. But now that I'm open and aware, I can take advantage of these things, of the different opportunities that the universe is throwing my way. And one thing that is so fascinating is that I've actually been working into my branding more now and into defining my colors. I want to create a cool logo because the business is growing. I have been applying to, speak in different podcasts and to big podcasts, and I'm having bigger influential people interviewed in the podcast. I have reached over 6,000 downloads. This month has been by far my biggest month. I've already reached almost 1,200, almost 1,500 downloads. And it's not even the end of the month yet. And it's insane how much it's growing. So I want to, be more cohesive, especially to create this sense of credibility within myself and this confidence. And as I am doing that, working with a branding specialist, I was going through Pinterest to find different things. And one of the things that she suggested is looking into quotes on Pinterest, of course, not just looking into the colors, but looking into quotes that speak to you, to your brand and to everything. And it was interesting because the colors that I was choosing had a lot to do with the colors for a baby girl's bedroom decor. And then some quotes came up, even though I wasn't actively looking for it. When she mentioned that, I was like, oh, let's see what these quotes say. And they were all about, little girls and little girls being empowered and little girls being powerful and little girls being loved, and different quotes that really touched my heart and really showed me the power of the message that I am bringing, so that you tune into your own little girl that is in there, that has been in there. Because in so many ways, you are still that little girl. And after so many years and, so many things that life has made you go through, you have kind of forgotten her. And this is what I am inviting you to do. I'm inviting you to rediscover that little girl and to love her and to cherish her. And then going through all of this made me emotional because I am reading this book by Gabby Bernstein. And I've talked about The Universe Has Your Back several episodes ago. And this is one of her books. It's called The May Cause Miracles. And it is kind of like a journal because she has assignments for each day for 40 days. And I am now going through some of the days that she invites you to forgive yourself, to love yourself, to accept yourself. And in a lot of ways, it kind of reminds me of different exercises out there that say, if you were to write a letter to the 8-year-old version of you, if you were to talk to your little girl, to you as a little girl, what would you say? Or even if you, think about how you talk to your own daughter. How do you want her to feel? Do you ever want her to feel like she doesn't matter? Like she's not enough? No. And that's what we do to ourselves as women so much because we've been scarred by life. And this is the path that I've been taking, especially as talking about burnout and overwhelm, is to giving yourself that grace and to knowing how to talk to yourself to get yourself out of that. Imagine if your little girl was overwhelmed with life. What would you tell her? You tell her, you're amazing, you're doing a great job. Don't worry, honey. Don't worry, don't cry, And we forget that. We lose that. So when I was looking at these quotes, and I'm going to pull them up here to read some of these, it really brought me to tears because this is something we need to remember to tell ourselves as women. We need to rediscover our little girl, and we need to be gentle with ourselves because I feel like we forget that a lot. And let me look at some of the quotes here. So the very one that touched me was, to my daughter, I will say, see your beauty without a compliment or a mirror. So I want to invite you to do that today, to, realize your worth, realize your potential without depending on anyone to tell you what it is. You determine that from within. And then, of course, the validation from outside will come, but that doesn't define you. I really want you to remember that. And there's so many others that touched me. She leaves a little sparkle wherever she goes. Beautiful girl, you can do amazing things. I mean, imagine if every single day you said that to yourself instead of thinking, I'm ugly, I'm fat, I'm stupid, I'm never going to succeed. We do that all of the time inside. Maybe we even say it out loud. Think about that. There's another one. Sweet girl, you are more than we ever expected and better than we ever imagined. Do you say that to yourself? That you turned out better than you've ever imagined? I mean, isn't that what you would want to tell your daughter? This is so powerful, guys. And I actually think I need to do a whole episode on this once I go through more of Gabby's book, May Cause Miracles, because it's been so powerful. And that's something that I have been doing in my challenge group with a new workout program that I'm doing right now. So these are just some of the thoughts that I wanted to share with you, and I hope this empowers you. I hope this touches you and this moves you, because again, that's always my intention, is to, give you that little beam of hope to get you through the rest of your week and to empower you to start the new week as a strong woman that you are, as a beautiful woman that you are, as an amazing mom that you are. And yeah, so if you are burned out, these are my tips to get you out of this, because you will get burned out, my friend. You will get overwhelmed, but it is your choice to stay burned out or to stay overwhelmed. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will say it again, I am grateful for you. Thank you for listening to yet another episode. It is because of you that I'm still recording this, so thank you. And I will say it again as well, you have to sign up for my 3-day challenge. Why haven't you signed up yet? What have you got to lose? If you are going to lose something, it is the ways you've been sabotaging yourself. So go ahead and sign up. The link is in the show notes, but you can find it in my bio on Instagram. You can find it inside the Mom Does It All community. I've changed all the banners on my Facebook. So you will find the link somewhere, but it's in the show notes, martasperk.coach/free challenge. And I hope to see you in there. Until next time, bye.